don't have time and space or the energy to put an entire video together on capturing images. But there are some interesting little techniques, and one in particular I thought was interesting was how do you get rid of textured paper on a picture. The picture you see ahead of you right now is a picture of my mother and sister on textured paper. Something that was not uncommon in those days and probably still isn't uncommon when you print pictures. But it's pretty bad when you try to scan it in, and you can see what's happened here. There's texture all over the picture. And you can see I've scanned it several times. The technique involves actually taking the picture in the scanner and flipping it 45 degrees each time, turning it 45 degrees each time, and rescanning it and rescanning it, rescanning. I even have one diagonal scan in here. I can't remember which one it was. But if I go through the scans themselves, you'll see there's texture in all of them. Some of them are worse than the others. But they're all textured. And you see they're all slightly out of line because I hand did this, I hand turned it. Well, the technique is pretty interesting. We'll leave those pictures as they are. You see the picture name up here. I go into Photoshop, open up Photoshop, and in Photoshop go to File, Scripts, Statistics, and use Mean. Okay. Browse for your files down here. There they are there. Okay. I created a previous version of that called No Bumps, but that was a test of this thing. So here are the files here. I'll open up those files here. Okay. I'll tell the system to attempt to automatically align them. That's important to have that checked because you want these things aligned. And what the mean is going to do is take the files that I'm importing and look pixel by pixel and take the average of those pixels across those files. Now, obviously, the picture that behind it, if it's properly aligned, those pixels are all the same, so the average is the picture itself. Where the bumps are, since I've rotated the picture, the light bounces off those bumps slightly differently every time. So the average of those bumps is going to be probably nothing. They'll average out, hopefully. Of course, the more pictures, the better your average. So I'll click OK. It'll go through bringing these pictures in as a stack, and then start averaging pixel by pixel. It'll take a little bit of time. That's a complicated math problem. The pictures now are all stacked up over here. The end result will be a relatively clean picture. Nothing's perfect in this world, but it'll be relatively clean because all those little textured bumps will have averaged themselves out. Bang, there it is. That's the clean picture. You can see up here, it's sort of stayed in place, but I can get rid of that easily enough. Along the corners, I'm going to crop that stuff out anyways. So here's the average picture. You can see what it is. It leaves me with a smart object. That means I can double click on the smart object. It'll open up in a separate tab here, up on top. There it is. If I go to there, it shows the original pictures here in the stack, and you can see the texture in these pictures is there. Okay. I'll go back to the original picture now. You compare that picture here to this picture here, and you'll see the difference. Slick little trick to get rid of texture.